And so, like I said the day, getting an album up is something I've wanted to do, really, technically, ever since I was a kid. Like literally, literal kid, not much younger man, but a literal kid. But they've made a lot of advances that I wasn't even aware of. It just goes to show how you can have a dream or an aspiration or something that you're interested in, and then kind of lose interest in it as things shift and move or whatever it is. And now you're like, okay, well, shit, you know. Because if you really had an interest in it, you'd be, you know, having your nose out there on the pavement, trying to figure out, you know, what's the latest thing and what's this and what's that. Like right now, there's a lot of. I'm kind of making a diversion right now. Not diversion. What do you call it? Excursion here. I'm diverting a bit. But yeah. There's a lot of like gear and so many things out here that I'm not even aware of. Digress, not diversion. I'm digressing. That I'm not even aware of, like this. What are all the guitars that Les Paul has out, and what are they named? What are they called? What are the functions? What do they do? Gibson, that is to say, and all the gear that's out there, and the synthesizer, and all this stuff. What does it do? What do you call it? What do you name it? There's a lot of stuff out there to learn and keep up with, right? I'm pointing, aim it down. Somebody's coming across. I don't want to put them in the picture. They probably don't want me in there. Who knows? And so it's like, man, I gotta start getting engaged. I gotta re-engage my mind into the whole, the interest of it all, you know, the passion of it all, and find some passion, you know, and not just be focused on one thing. Like, hey, just go out there and make an album. No, just go out there and get interested again, you know, get curious again. Just get some. If you can't get bliss, get some curiosity, get something, get some interest, you know. So make it what you are, what you're about. You know, so I haven't had my nose out there looking up this, looking up that. So now, as I'm trying to get back into things, and I'm like, okay, well, shit, you know, I actually have access to something out there that's, you know, reasonably affordable and convenient and so on and so forth, where I don't need to be limited any longer by saying I don't have anyone to come and play this on my album, like drums and keyboards and an extra guitarist and a bassist, and, you know, like the five piece band, you know. It's like, what are your options? Like, if you don't have a band, which I don't, I wouldn't mind having one. Maybe we'll get one someday. We'll acquire one day. But listen, if you don't have a band, then you find yourself in the studio in days of old, and pretty much to this day, if you want to go that route, you know, you don't want to take another alternative route. Saying, well, you got a gun for hire now, so you got maybe one person can do it all. Maybe can play drums, bass, and guitar, and that's one thing. But you still have to pay them for their time and their contribution. So that's like $60 an hour. Last I checked, that was a while ago. And it can be quite time-consuming and so on and so forth. You know, so that's a lot of cash. And you want to put a whole album out, 10 songs, a minimum 10 songs. So you got to sit there, and he's got to go and rehearse it, and blah, blah, blah. It takes up a lot of fucking time, a lot of fucking money I don't have. So I'm counting it up and say, well, I'm gonna want this, I'm gonna want that, I'm gonna need this, I'm gonna need that, and you gotta do this, gotta do that, and all that. Counting that shit up, I'm like, man, I don't have 20 goddamn thousand fucking dollars to fucking spend on an album. I guess you could do it one project at a time, you know, like one song at a time, and then get the digital of that and master of that, and then keep going and going and going. Anyway, long story short, this day and age, like I got that Tascam 424, that's old school analog portable studio. You can do quite a bit on that. and I want to incorporate that, but I got some other stuff as well that's quite affordable, and I've got a synthesizer coming. Like I said, there's a lot of things right now. There's only one thing holding me back from putting something up this pro and radio ready quality. It's a bit of a learning curve. You know. So I got to learn that synthesizer, and I don't have to master. I don't have anything about it, but I need to know. Not initially, just to say we're getting started and get a project up and going. But I'd like to learn as much about it as possibly can. You know. Well, I looked Michael Jackson up in 2023. I believe I said this before a while ago. Back I said it. Because I was curious about who's writing his songs. You know, I was like, who writing? I didn't know after all these years. You know, I just figured I knew he did. I understood that he did something and he contributed, whatever. It turns out that he did it. You know, and he didn't really have much assistance with it. I thought it was the other way around with a good bit of his songs, but it wasn't that way. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't understand because he didn't play instruments. So I'm looking it up, and saying, well, he didn't play instruments, but he kind of dabbled around on this and dabbled around on that. But he was masterful at percussion, as well as masterful at synthesizers. So I'm looking at synthesizers. Turns out, you learn how to work those bad boys. It's like a chisel, a sculptor's chisel, and just some raw marble sitting over there. You know, it's like a skillful sculpture anyway with a chisel. I mean, like I said, if you learn how to work it, and you can just come out there and produce all kind of sounds. Like, what kind of sound is that? What kind of sound you looking for? You know, go down there and make it happen. So I don't know. I'm hopeful, but like I said, that's what's standing in my way right now. I wanna get some learning going on here, and once I get that, yeah, I'll just be putting some music up on the internet, and whatever happens, what happens, you know. Am I getting boring yet? Actually, I've been putting music up, but it hasn't been professional quality, audio quality. It's just been on this smartphone. So in the meantime, I guess I'll keep on doing that. I'll do something else. Hey, that's Anthony Terrell. This is an update to my Leaf in the Wind tour documentary. I guess I'm getting ready to blow off again, you know. I'm looking for someplace I can go today and just really focus on this guitar. That's how I do my thing, you know. I waste a bunch of days, then I find at least 1 or 2 days, and I hunker down and make it happen. Like all or nothing type of shit. No, I'm being a little facetious. But sometimes you have no choice. You have no more attractive alternatives. So you just do what you got to do. Yeah. I wish I could be 12 again. I could be 12 again. Yeah. Have all the time in the world in the summer. They'd be like, hey, what's Anthony doing? Anthony's just sitting back, chilling, you know what I mean? He wakes up in the morning, fixes his bed, goes get some breakfast. He heads out with his this, that, and the other, and goes and gets some friends. And I had friends when I was 12, I really did. I had friends when I was a younger man, a young adult. And goes out with his friends, and I don't know, they're out there trying to do some big things, I guess, you know, whatever big things are. And they're just trying to do something. And they're all about it. They're all inspired, you know. Eyes full of fire. So, are my eyes full of fire these days? I don't really know. There's so much going on with this whole alien thing and light worker thing and the government that follows me around and all the other stuff going on. There's so many things going on. I don't even know what kind of passion. It's not the kind of passion I'd have at 12. If I had passion, I think I do. Still have some passion. It's something quite different at 51 from what it was formerly, what could have been formerly, I guess, or what it could have been formerly. But I don't know. I'm hopeful to see what it turns out to be when it's all said and done. I would say more, but I think I'm going to end it here. Welcome to my documentary.